Hi, everybody. Welcome to a live from Twitch podcast thing. We hadn't done this in a while, and I'm grinding in a really shitty game that I don't care about in general. So I thought, fuck it, let's take some calls, have a blast, that kind of thing. So this is one of them live Retsutalk kind of deals. I'm taking callers. I told you how on Twitter, hopefully. I'm your pal Slowbeef, and first person we have up is an old friend of mine I've seen on stream before, Digital Basic. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Not too bad, it's July 4th, almost midnight, July 5th, we threw a party, the fam, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm very tired, and I shouldn't be doing this, but I thought, fuck it. And I have this crappy video game, 99 Levels to Hell, that somebody gifted me, and it's absolutely terrible, and I don't know why I give a shit about it, but I am playing it, so
Got to get those
there's...
achievements. Just
Yeah,
gotta get them.
I guess so, yeah. Let me start the timer before we get started. I'm gonna give people like about 5 minutes or so. Because the last time I did this, I had Mega Jose on, and I just like loved the guy and kept him on the whole time. But we'll see if we have this more fair, unless maybe somebody like him comes in. Anyway, 5 minutes. How are you doing, Digital? What you got? Something you want to talk about?
Yeah, I guess we could talk about Steam trading cards because that's a topic that should be discussed every now and then or something.
So, yeah, because I wasn't really aware of this actually until like one day, just sort of accidentally. I did like this stream where I was playing Showa Nikki on one window and Sakura Spirit on the other, which
Hmm.
was a terrible game. And and then yes, and then like afterwards, I apparently won some Sakura Spirit cards, and I was sort of surprised to learn there's this whole like fake economy on Steam apparently.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, okay, what originally happened was they started up a Steam marketplace and it was in beta, and the only thing they had on it was like TF2 items.
Uh
It was more of
huh.
an experiment to try it out. Turns out they can make a lot of money off of it. So they decided to open it up for more of their games, including like Dota 2 and some other games on there. Then they decided to introduce Steam trading cards for that whole purpose. And it basically prints them money.
What?
Like, okay, it's so weird.
How?
Okay, so when you put an item on the market, there's a 10% fee and a 5% fee,
But
and everything else goes towards you. Like,
wait,
let's say you put up an item.
let's slow down even
Okay,
a little.
okay.
What's the market? Like, how is there a
Um,
market? Like, people. So Steam says I'm gonna make trading cards, which are really just little like PNGs that have to do with the game, or developers will make them,
yep.
and you can buy these graphics, even though they are just graphics.
Yes and no. Like, yes, you can buy them, but you don't have to.
Right, you just get them free from the game.
Yeah, you get them for free. And you also have a chance for booster pack drops, which allow you to get the cards for free as well. The main reason you want the cards is to craft a badge. Like, let's say you really enjoy a game,
And
for
this is yeah,
instance,
this is where
Crimson
I get
Clover.
lost.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So
You get a full set of cards. Let's say you get a full set of Crimson Clover cards.
yeah.
You get a badge that you can display on your profile to show that
Uh,
you really like the game or whatever. And you also get a profile background and an emoticon, which you
so
can use on Steam Chat or you can use the background on your Steam profile, stuff like that.
So this is iconography that instead of just making myself or downloading from the internet, that Steam will give me like in addition to my like profile pic or whatever.
Yeah, basically. And they did it. I think the main reason they did it was because, if they let people to use their own custom backgrounds, they just, put stuff that shouldn't be on there,
I see.
which is also a big issue.
So
So,
it's simultaneously a way to vet like graphics and shit, so everything's okay, and make a fuckload of money
yeah,
on it,
definitely.
and it works.
Because, yeah, it works because I remember one holiday sale, they had like a presentation shortly after it. They said they made about, oh, what did they sell? They said it's like $1 million or so in just trading cards.
What? But don't they like trade for like 2 cents a pop or something?
But here's the thing, when you have let's see, it's kind of hard to explain. You put it on the market. Let's say you sell a card, you want to get 10 cents off of it.
Right.
There's a 10% fee that goes towards the developer, I believe, and then there's a 5% fee that goes to Valve. So that'd be 1 cent for both of those, so it'd be 12 cents total. But the thing is, in order to get the card, you have to put money on Steam Wallet,
Oh, all right.
which means the money's going to Valve anyway. Like you buy if you buy it for 12 cents, you have to put money on the Steam wallet, which means Valve now has that $5 because that's the minimum amount. There's no way around that.
Okay. But
But
all right. So
okay, yeah, this is really
I don't know. I don't quite follow how this worked. Like how like Valve was like, we're gonna charge for this, by the way. And people were like, yeah, that sounds good.
the thing is, I think the main intention was to show your support towards a game. Like you
Okay.
really like a game, you can craft a badge, show off the profile background of the game, the emoticon, you can use whatever, like all that stuff. Like it makes sense that way.
All right.
But then they found out they could have a market for it.
But I'm just surprised that so many people kind of just willingly participate in this market.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when I watch some people complain about certain things. Like recently with the Steam refunds,
Uh-huh.
get this, people would buy a game on Steam,
Yes.
drop all the trading cards, then refund the game.
Wait, you mean, oh, I see. So they would just refund the game. You mean this is like the new Steam refunds kind of
This
thing?
is when, yeah, they did this so they can refund the game, sell the cards, but refund the game, get their money back for the game, and get the extra money from the cards, which is basically 15 cents maybe.
See, that seems like an odd sort of loophole to leave in to the refund system.
Yeah, they fixed that up. Now you have to play a game for 2 hours minimum before the cards are dropped.
And then
Which is the refund level, which is like the refund limit. So,
right, gotcha. So if you play the game, yeah, I see, longer for 2 hours. Got it. Yep.
Yep.
Wow. Still, that's so. I mean,
It's bizarre. And there are people that invest money just for cards, and it's a little ridiculous at times.
but just and our 5 minutes is up. But just to be clear here, how much money can you make off the like a card?
Depending on the game. If, like, for instance, if it's either a popular game or something that's from a bundle, cards will go very, very cheap. If it's for something like obscure, like an anime game, for instance,
Yeah.
those will usually sell for even more. I've seen cards sell for like $1.
So assuming that it would take you, let's say, 20 minutes before the refund thing, right, to get those cards for $1.
Mhm.
You're basically working $3 an hour, more or less, because it's a game you don't enjoy, you don't really intend to play or anything, right?
Oh, there are people that buy games, don't play them, they just idle in them, get the cards, and then uninstall the games, and that's it.
So maybe they play like a different game. Okay, that's
No, they don't even play a different game, they're just idling them.
got it.
Yeah.
Th-
I don't know why they do it. And
Alright.
they think it's a good way for profit, so.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Valve. You have won capitalism.
It's bizarre.
It's totally bizarre. But I'll tell you what, Digital, how about I'll keep you on and I'll bring in the next caller. How does that
yeah.
sound?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. So next up we have let's look at my list here. My list came on stream anyway, so Shift. My good pal. There she is. At your group call. All right. God, I'm proud of Valve in a way, you know that? No,
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
it really is. Why
I think I made some good money off of it from just selling the weed emoticon. That goes for $10.
the weed emoticon?
Yeah, there was an emoticon that's just weed, and it's a common emoticon. $10 I sold it for when it was popular.
Damn. That's really good. I wonder, is there like, there's maybe an emote economy? Is that like a thing?
Probably not, unless the dev put it in.
I really feel like I gotta bring this up in business school somehow, but like just do a paper on it or something. What do you call it? Shift, are you there?
Yeah, I was waiting for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not much. Speaking of Valve trading cards, like, I think the thing that you're missing is that, like, Valve makes money off of this shit by, like, each transaction, no matter how small you make it,
Okay.
1 cent is being sent to Valve
Right.
for every single transaction. So, like, maybe there's only 1 cent from each, but one card, like just one individual type of card, can be sold, like, there can be so many, like, millions and millions of cards moving every single day. So just through, like, it's essentially like Darkside Phil. He has so many videos up
Right.
that he gets, like, a minuscule amount of ad revenue from each one.
Right. But he operates in volume, so it can keep him like going.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah, but that not only applies to cards; it actually applies to everything Valve sells on the market.
Yeah. Like
So-
TF2 items, Dota, cosmetic stuff. Like, there's a reason Valve still supports TF2 is because the hardcore players are actually out of their goddamn minds when it comes to cosmetic items.
Yeah, they are.
Jeez.
Like, there's an item, or rather, like, for one of the early updates added, like, this man versus machine mode,
Okay.
which is a co-op mode that doesn't cost anything to play. But if you buy a $3 ticket, you can do a thing called a Tour of Duty. And once you do 3 or 4 Tour of Duties, you get a random chance at a rare item. And the rare item drops are very, very low.
See, this is like that Skinner box crap I talk. You know what I mean? I talk like Candy Crush and things like that.
But here's the fucked up thing about it.
Oh, there's
is
more.
that some people don't have to make, like, they don't pay any money for the Tour of Duty stuff because they do it so often that they get enough rare items to sell on the marketplace to pay for more tickets.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's so weird.
And when they're selling this stuff on the marketplace and when they're buying more tickets, money is going back to Valve.
Yep.
Holy shit!
I remember this because I played Man vs. Machine when it came out, and when they did one of the new tours, it was you could get like rare gold weapons, and they were just nothing but gold.
Actually, this is insanely topical because Team Fortress 2 just had a new huge cosmetic update where if you buy a $6 ticket, you get to complete challenges, which gets you like individually like painted weapons. Like, they're boasting that no weapon is the same. Like, when a weapon drops for you, it will look slightly different to every other version of that weapon.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of upset about it because it's basically copying Counter-Strike Go at this point, and it basically is. But yeah, I can understand that.
God,
they still kind of screwed up that because the rarer items, which they'd probably expect to sell for a few hundred, are not dropping yet. So
We're not even talking about Dota, which, like, international esport that it is, has its own, like,
I know.
When
Dota.
there's the tournaments, they give out, like, codes, and plush toys have codes for rare couriers, which people will buy tons of these plush toys and coupons for couriers from Valve already, then use those coupons to get the couriers to sell in the store. A portion of that transaction will go back to Valve.
Yep.
Still.
It's a money train, and it's even worse because I know some of the items in Dota 2. There's one item that they added into the game, but people complained about it like within the first like hour it was in the game because it was lore breaking. Like, it was like a character dressed up as a cowboy when he shouldn't have been. They removed the item from the drop list and changed the item quality. It now is I think about $1,500 set.
Yeah, because there's no more of them. But they're still in the game, so now they're collectible items.
Right, it's like $1,500, but because people ask for its removal, so it's like super rare. It's like a discontinued product line.
Yeah, basically. But then it gets even worse because there's like some super rare items that you could find in other cases, and unusual items which are just items with particle effects. And
But
the ultra fucked up thing about like discontinued items and such is that because there's a set amount of them, they basically become currency for like real money trading and shit.
Right.
So they get like huge inflated prices and are still traded through the marketplace. But like there's also this like
the thing is, these items used to be traded before the marketplace existed, so they had to form their own currency to be like, yep, this item's worth this much, but now with the market, it's like people can just sell it for money they can use on something else versus other in-game items they have to trade if they want more real money.
It's just kind of fascinating to me because especially what's weird about these sort of rare collectible things is like there's nothing actually being produced or manufactured here, so it doesn't really cost you. I mean, obviously you have to pay designers and things like that, but like it doesn't really cost anything to just make something that you're going to call rare. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you just...
Yeah, it doesn't.
You'll just say, I'm just making 3 of these. That's it. So...
the way I kind of always think about it is, like, Team Fortress 2 Dota 2, Warframe and stuff, they're all free to play. So it is costing them stuff, like, in a way to make this, because they have to pay, like, server upkeep and custom service and all that, and this is how this is all being kept afloat. So, like, it's kind of dumb that I, like, buy cosmetic stuff, but it's always like, yeah, but I do actually need to pay these people for the game that they are making and maintaining.
Well, on the other side, most of these items are community made.
Yeah, there's also that, like, I don't think Valve has actually produced a single thing for TF2 apart from, like, the shorts and stuff. Like, for the past 3 or 4 years, all the new maps and weapons and hats have all been, like, community made, with some people making their entire living off of, like, modeling items for TF2 and Dota 2.
Yep.
As freelancers.
This is so incredible. What an age we live in.
It is, like, it's when you hear about it, it sounds ridiculous, but it's, at the same time, it's like, wow, this is a thing that's actually happening now.
Oh my God.
It's a fucking joke campaign from, like, 3rd edition Shadowrun.
Now, what was I gonna say? Well, Shift, we might have to grab somebody, but thanks a lot for calling in and spending some time.
It's my pleasure. I'll see you later.
See you later. What do you call it? All right. Gosh. Lumo, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. I was confused for a second. I was like, someone's calling me. What's happening?
Not too much. What do you call it? What do you feel like talking about?
I was gonna talk about some Splatoon since that's been happening this weekend.
Ah,
Definitely. Please talk Splatoon.
It's been crazy. Like, they were like, "Hey, we'll do an event, and it'll be neat," and it was like, "Cool, an event," and everyone just went ham, and I don't know what happened. But just looking at the subreddit, people have been just playing it all day, and they're like, "I haven't gotten up, I haven't eaten, I haven't slept, I haven't blinked. I need to win."
Yeah.
I've been sitting here just like, "Sir, I'm beginning to doubt your ability to be both a kid and a squid.
Mm-hmm.
Go lie down, get some sleep."
You want? Yeah, go ahead.
No, you first, man.
I was gonna say, you want to hear something crazy? Is I have a copy of Splatoon right here that I still have yet to really like play.
I would not say this is the weekend to get into it.
Oh yeah, they're doing a Splatfest, which is basically an event where you pick a side and you're stuck on teams. Like right now, it's cats versus dogs, whichever you prefer, and you don't have a choice between ranked mode or unranked and stuff like that. It's just one mode where everyone just lumps together and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird.
And I'm not sure if it's a matter of pride at this point or if it's like, like I want the rewards, because the rewards are just, here's a little like crystal seed doodly, put it on your clothing, you get new stats, have fun. And like that's all it is. That's all you get. And I'm like, why are you all getting so worked up?
But there's no market for it, right?
There's no market.
Yeah,
for it.
like
no.
you
There's
have
no
to go to,
DLC.
like,
There's no DLC for it. It's all free basically. So
Yeah.
So
And,
Nintendo's just doing that for fun, more or less.
yeah. What's
Gotcha.
weird though is you have to redeem these at the back alley like bootleg drug and clothing market to actually make them do anything.
They have that in Splatoon.
There's a literal street urchin.
Yeah, she just sits back there, just like, "Yo, kid, you see that person's clothing? Do you want it? I'll go and get it for you. No questions asked."
That's basically it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I insist she breaks into their houses after the day's over and just grabs it. Takes her a day to get it too. That's probably what happens.
So wait a minute. So let me just get this straight. So there's like kind of maybe not a hub world, but like sort of a town type of thing that you walk around in before you enter a lobby to play a game in Splatoon.
Yeah.
And if somebody enters your like hub world and has like a certain set of clothing or something like that, the urchin can actually get you a copy of it.
Yep. It won't have the same skills, but it'll look just about the same.
Presumably by stealing or by giving you a fake version of it.
Yep.
But
It's
it doesn't.
bootleg.
But it doesn't cost you any real money.
No,
Nope.
it's all in-game.
It costs you 10,000 in-game bucks, but you can get that from playing for a little while, honestly.
So now I'm wondering though, is there a way to maybe make counterfeit Valve stuff, like fake game cards and stuff, and be that urchin?
Be Digital Homicide put a really crappy game on Steam. Do trading cards. Success.
Or you
Which
can
they
just
have
go into
done.
the TF2 workshop. You got a lot of bootleg Valve in there.
What do you call it? God damn. That's incredible. And you know, it's funny too, because like I feel like Nintendo really could have cashed in on all this like free to play kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, because you can do this whole like especially like something like Pokemon, which like just I think would like totally go like the in-app purchase route. You know what I mean? Like if you put it there, like that whole like get 99 cents for an extra,
$50. Move the truck. There's your
Actually-
Mew. Have fun.
Yeah, totally,
They actually
right?
do have a free. They have a free-to-play Pokemon game. What is it? Pokemon
wait, what?
Shuffle. Like it's
Shuffle.
I think it's Shuffle. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's basically,
it's
but they
Shuffle.
basically they put a limit on it. If you buy gems, which allow you to get more turns and stuff like that, but they said if you spend $30, you got the full game. You don't need to worry about that anymore.
Oh, they put a cap on that?
They
Yeah.
said if you spend $30, you got the full game. You don't have to worry about waiting. You don't have to worry about buying gems. Nothing. You're all set.
That's incredible.
Like that's a good way to go about it and be like, yeah, $30 for a full puzzle game. Yeah, why not?
Oh my god,
I'm
Nintendo is like the best company ever.
Yeah, you see, you say that, and I'm sort of sitting here just like, they pretty are. And then I look down and I see an amiibo, and I'm like, oh.
Now, and then there's that, right?
And there's the amiibos where they're like, okay, we got limited stock of these, and everyone's gonna price gouge these, but limited content.
They're the same side of the coin, They're like the best and the worst.
Well, it's funny because that's like what Valve is doing digitally. Nintendo's kind of doing physically with the amiibos and stuff.
Yeah, basically.
That's incredible. I saw, by the way, just a quick aside, at Anime Expo, somebody dressed up like Marth the amiibo.
Oh, yeah, I saw him.
Was it Roy or Marth? I think it was Marth, yeah.
I thought it was Ike.
Oh, was it Ike?
Yeah.
I can
I
never
think
keep.
so.
I never keep the Fire Emblem people straight because I am.
I sort of go by buff guy with blue hair and sword,
Mhm.
scrawny blue hair guy with sword,
Gotcha.
and crossdresser with longer sword
Gotcha.
with blue hair,
Okay.
and Robin.
And Robin. I've still. They're like strategy RPG kind of games, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I tried to sit down for one, but it went right over my head. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and shoot stuff. I understand that.
Makes sense, totally. Well, your time is up, Lumo, I'm afraid. But thanks.
That's fine, man. Have a nice night, guys.
Definitely. Thanks for coming on.
night.
No problem. Have a good
Cool.
rest of podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This will never see the light of day.
Oh God.
Let's see here. Next person up, we have Sean. Where is he? Sean. Yep, just waiting here, hoping. Add to group call. I said add to group call. Skype. Then he didn't. Oh, there he is. I
Yep.
think. Sean,
Yeah.
Oh,
getting
you're.
in right there. There we go.
Yeah, there he
Hello?
is. Hello. What's going on?
Hi, how are you? I'm
Doing
good.
Not too bad. Yourself?
Very nervous.
Don't be. This is. I'm not even gonna publish this. No, I don't know. We're just BSing about video games. I'm playing a terrible one right now, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's one. I think there's one question that everyone here wants to ask you.
What's that?
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I'm pretty close to like throwing in the towel, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, I'm so for those who may not see I don't know if I'm gonna include the video of this or just do the Retsutalk logo. I'm playing a really bad Steam game someone gifted me called 99 Levels to Hell, and it's very terrible Spelunky. I'll put it that way. Like, but really terrible. But I have how many achievements to go? I think like 10 or 20 or something.
You said 20 last night, so probably
Yeah,
about
20. Yep, 20. And I was like, screw it, One of the achievements that I think I have to play the game for 20 hours. Is that it?
100 hours.
100
And it's not
hours.
even, it's not just keeping the game loaded. I think it says in the dungeon. So you have to actually be in these areas, not in like the hub world or main menu.
Yeah, but what's crappy about that is there's these ghosts that come in like Spelunky, so I guess you can't just like
Nope.
sit there. Wow, that's really awful, this game, then.
Yeah, I took a look on what kind of achievements there were, and apparently there's one where you have to die 100 times.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. And there's like
It's,
there's a Clerks reference here that's like in every shop you go into for like no reason whatsoever. It's just
I saw that. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why now that you mention it. I really don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah, this isn't even one of those bad games where you could like riff on and be like, haha, yeah, it's kind of funny at times, whatever, like Sonic 06 or Afterfall.
Yeah.
Like
No.
those are like those have those moments where you're just like laughing at it. Like
Right.
there's genuinely funny moments.
Yeah, this is just
This
awful.
is just like there's nothing you can really do. Like Clerks reference, okay. And
right.
what are you gonna do with that? Like it's literal Clerks reference all the way down from the look of the guy to the quote. It's not like something ridiculous like Albert doing things with where he is right now.
Right, yeah. That game gets really nutty, by the way, after fall, I swear to God.
I've had glitches in that game. I'm actually recording an LP of it, and I have like recorded up towards the close to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some glitches that are hilarious.
God almighty.
I had one glitch where you're at you left off at the retsupurae where, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a part after it where you're running and you have a gun with unlimited ammo.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yep.
I died at that part the first time,
Yeah.
respawned, no gun. I was like, wait a minute. Reloaded the checkpoint, no gun.
And you just couldn't pass it, because...
There's no way to pass it. I had to go to select the chapter I was on just to get a gun.
That is really awful. What do you call it, Sean? I'm sorry, we're eating into your time a bit. I'll give you some more. But like, what did you want to talk? What did you want to talk about tonight?
I suppose that one of the big games that I'm really looking forward to is the Phantom Pain.
God,
and
yes.
I wanted to talk more about Hideo Kojima, and yeah, there's no real big news about him, but not happening recently, but yeah, we could talk about Phantom Pain or Hideo Kojima.
Okay, so I'll tell you. So I'm going to tell you this. I actually, even though Police Nuts Be Damned, I don't like to consider myself a fanboy of like Kojima, because I feel like if he does something I don't like, I'd like to just criticize it or whatever, or not, you know what I mean? Like be like, oh, everything he does is gold. So I was actually getting a little sick of Metal Gear, if you wanted the truth, and I felt like yeah. I really want him to move on to other stuff, and it seemed like he wouldn't, and I've heard that's partially Konami's fault or whatever, but that said, I really felt like I was Metal Geared out, and then I watched some of those gameplay demos of Phantom Pain, and I am like dying to play it. It looks so good.
Yeah, I'm really into just seeing all those demos of Phantom Pain. Yeah, I'm also kind of a bit concerned because I'm the kind of person who doesn't exactly can get into the how can I put this?
Stealth?
No, I'm fine with stealth. Mm-hmm. It's just that when you have games where you have the option to do anything, like the whole open worldness of games.
Totally.
I have this thing where if I have the option to do anything, I end up doing nothing. Does that make sense?
No, I kind of get you. It's like you're kind of overwhelmed in a way by like so it's almost like hard to decide, and you get like sort of a almost crippling anxiety. No, I think that's overstating it, but like I think I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I call it more of like a paralyzing effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
there's so much to do where you're just like, you know what, I can't even pick one, so I won't pick anything. Or I'll just pick the thing I know works and not try new things, because...
Yeah, like in that recent demo where they said that you can put together guns, or gun... like how you can mod your own guns. That seems like really... it's so overstatement.
Like overkill.
Overkill, yeah. But I am still really looking forward to it because, like I said, I'm a Kojima fan. Like I'm more of a Kojima fan rather than a Metal Gear fan.
Right.
Because I prefer like his games. Because when I play the Metal Gear games that's not made by Kojima, they don't tend to work that much for me. Like I'm not that big of a fan of Portable Ops or Rising Revengeance.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that Kojima has worked on as director, those are fine, and that's why I'm also would love to see, which will probably happen now. I really would like to see him do something else other than Metal Gear, because he's just for about almost 20 years he's done nothing but Metal Gear as director, and that's why I was really looking forward to Silent Hills.
Oh, me too.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was something that he was not. There was not Metal Gear, and that's why PT was. I don't know if he really directed PT.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did, but just as a director, I just wanted to see him do something else. That's why I was more interested in Snatcher and Police Notes, because there was something kind of really different.
And you know what the thing is too? If you look at the game, what was that game that was kind of fourth wall breaking? Eternal Darkness, I think.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
for the GameCube.
Yeah, I never played it. Everyone keeps telling me how great it is and stuff, but like, can you imagine like too like because he has a really smart penchant for like when to like incorporate things that are unique to the system, and like kind of do like that fun for the fourth wall stuff, and how like I don't know, the possibilities for that in like a horror context are like really cool because like even stuff like he did with like Psycho Mantis and the Sorrow and stuff like, you know what I mean, like kind of have those creepy elements to them. So, oh god, damn it,
Yeah.
Silent Hills, why? Konami.
Damn you.
Yeah, doing a modern day game with fourth wall breaking like that would be very cool. Like Eternal Darkness was great for its time, but if you play it now, it's kind of like, oh, it's an SD TV volume control. We don't have that
Yeah.
anymore. Like it would mess with your volume that way, and like the screen would like blank out to be something else. And but now with HD TVs, everything has to change, so it's kind of dated, but
Right.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I like when I'm not too sure if I should mention this, but there was how much do I have any time left or?
No,
Oh, well, there's something that I can plug.
go for it.
All right, I have a website called hellowizard.blogspot.com
Okay.
where I can do like, but I also have like a Vimeo page.
Let's be fair
Well,
here. That's really Blogspot's website.
Sorry.
No, I'm just joking. Go ahead, yeah.
But you can see like video tributes that I made, and also it's kind of quick reviews that I do, which is usually just one word or a picture or stuff. But there is something that I actually have done a tribute video to Hideo Kojima, which I know you've seen, Slow Beef, because I actually tweeted it to you one time.
Yeah. And I click on everything that's tweeted to me.
But I just thought that, yeah, just if you want to go see some of my stuff, yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, all right, we'll do. You got it. Thanks for yes.
No, that's okay.
All right, thanks for coming on, Sean.
All right, thanks. Take care.
You too. Who do we got next? Rob. Let's see. Where is Rob? I think this is Rob. Yep. There he is. Add to group call. All right. Let's add him to the group call. Any day now. I don't want to call the mobile number. That's just weird. Let's see here.
Hello,
Hey, what's
Rob.
going on?
Hello.
Hey. How are you?
Doing well. I'm enjoying this this return to form of live Retsutalks on Twitch.
We only did it the 2 times though, And then technically I didn't do it because I had Mega Jose on and I was like, fuck this, I'm talking to him the whole time, Which could you blame me? But no, but yeah, absolutely. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I had a good 4th of July today, and now I'm just enjoying the stream.
Nice. Well, we're enjoying having you on the stream.
I'm glad to hear it.
Definitely. What would you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about something wonderful or terrible, depending on how you may see it, that happened this week, and that's the quote-unquote interview between
thank you.
Digital Homicide and
Thank
Jim
you.
Sterling.
You know what? I forget the 5 minutes. You've just bought yourself an extra 10 second. No, yeah, I thank you so much. I so want to talk about this. Holy shit.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that.
Yeah, that was incredible. So, for background, who wants to provide background? I can provide background. If you want to provide background,
I can provide some background.
go for it.
All right. So Digital Homicide is a quote-unquote developer who's released games on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would put about like 16 quotes
there's
around.
there's imagined quotes
Homicide's
around
name.
every word there. Okay. And
Yeah.
Jim Sterling always covers games that get released on Steam, and even if they're just really bad. And he talked crap about Slaughtering Grounds, which is a game that they made. And Digital Homicide got really pissed off, did like copyright claims on his video, and there's so much crap like that. But they keep making games that are exactly like that, and Jim Sterling keeps calling them out on that, and they keep overreacting.
Yeah,
And by the way, overreacting is an understatement.
Right.
They have gone on the warpath with Jim, and I think this interview cemented that.
Oh yeah.
My favorite part of this also, the way this started was they started tweeting him demanding this interview and saying like, we want to talk to you, like we want to like interview you on Skype or whatever. And
Didn't they call him like a chicken shit on Twitter?
Yeah,
or
they're like, if
something?
you don't do this, you are a chicken shit. So like, because I saw a couple people were confused about it on Twitter, and they're like, why did you like get these people on your show? And he's like, no, and he was like, no, I didn't do that. They came to me and they said, if you don't do this, you're a coward, multiple times. So finally Sterling says, fine, I'll do it. I'll do the interview. And they say, okay, well, we don't have a microphone. Which
That's my favorite bit.
I was so floored by that because I was watching the back and forth on Twitter. But when they pull out the whole, fine, we'll do the interview. Oh, wait, we're not prepped to do an interview. It's like, it was your fucking suggestion.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
And even,
That's the response.
they even add like a little sly insult, like we don't do videos all day. We wouldn't have a microphone. Like it's no. You brought this up. You can't do that. Yeah, like, I challenge you to a duel. Pfft, look at this idiot with a gun. It's like, but that was your idea. Like, fuck. Sorry. Anyway. So then the interview happens. Unfortunately, Sterling and the other guy, or it turned out multiple people, lost the audio. But the Digital Homicide recorded it on their phone, so you can now listen to it, and it is a train wreck. But I'd say the first 40 minutes of it, or it's a long interview, it's like hour and a half, are pretty damn. Like Sterling really just keeps his composure the whole time, but still kind of. Burns them
Just being Jim Sterling basically.
Yeah,
and we should just do a quick breakdown because
Yes.
it is just a masterful job by Jim Sterling of keeping his composure the entire time.
Yeah.
For the most part, and right off the bat he starts out with, "I'm so glad to be talking to an adult man."
I was so worried
And
he'd be
that's-
talking to a kid.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
And
yeah,
the
great.
guy's like, well, I'm 35 and I have 3 kids, and Sterling goes, oh dear.
That was great.
And then, or my absolute favorite was it's before even the 10-minute mark, and the guy's like, he's telling Sterling you make money off low effort crap, and he goes, yeah, when I review your games, I am making money off low effort crap. And I was like, my God, he set himself up. It's so. I was listening to that on speakerphone, and I go to my wife, who is not into games or anything, has no idea who Jim Sterling is or anything. I'm like, you got to listen to some of this. I'm like, this is incredible, and I'd give her the background and stuff. It was so awesome. So if you, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my favorite part is probably around maybe 30 minutes in, where he just flat out tells them, "You stifle innovation," and then Jim just cracks up. And it was, and I laughed as well because I don't know if you guys listened to the whole hour and 41 minutes.
I did
but
pieces, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it because it's just the way that Jim is able to take him down and just do it almost subtly at times, and just it's so fucking funny. It's so great.
Jesus, I know. It's really, so if you haven't listened to it, as soon as you're done listening to this, that would not be a bad idea.
Definitely check it out because Jim Sterling is actually pretty cool, and this is just ridiculous.
Ever since he came on our podcast, I knew he was a cool guy, but this really almost cements it even further,
Because he had every fucking right to just stop doing the interview, to curse out Digital Homicide, but he didn't, and I have so much more respect for him.
It's maddening
for not doing that.
It's maddening in a way too, because there's things that the guy at Digital Homicide say at you, I wanted to jump in no, that's not how. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So
yeah, like when he talks about how Jim basically said, there wasn't a single thing I liked about the slaughtering grounds. And he says, oh, well, what about the gunshots? Those are professional gunshots by a professional company that does professional effects. And Jim's like, it still sounds like shit. And he's like, no, but it's professionally done. And I just like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do you know what that is? That's like that kind of like schoolyardish kind of like, I want to win something in this argument. I have to make a point. It's more important to win a point than it is to actually argue when I'm arguing. So he's just trying to say to him, like, you can't think of one positive thing, and it's like, I can get him on this one positive thing. I've got this in the bag. It's the gunshots in my first-person shooter that I licensed from someone else. That might not even fit with the rest of the audio, but I will get this fucking point down, and I will knock this Sterling asshole down a peg. And it's like, no, there's a whole broader argument you're doing. It's not like, you know what I mean? And there's one point, this is such a little kid thing to do, where Sterling goes, I forget exactly what they were arguing, but Sterling goes, right. Or wait, I'm sorry. Like, he corrects himself, and the guy goes, no, you said right. Like, it's like, no, it's not. Like, you can't be like, no take backsies. You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking adults. You're 35. Like, that's something one of your 3 kids might do to you. You can't, you know? It's incredible.
I just, for me, it was just like things like where he would like try to make tenuous associations with someone named, I think someone that had a similar name.
Oh, that was the greatest!
Like he first of all, he tries to make this like connection with this person who I didn't know, but apparently Jim knew of, and he thinks that she has the same last name as him, and she fucking doesn't. So he gets his last name wrong, and he fucks up his point, and he tries to get him and fails. So it's like tripling the fuck ups with every second. It's incredible.
It was great because he does it with this sort of half self-satisfaction of, I noticed that you follow, and I don't remember her name, but like, it's something like Conley Stanton, you know, which I thought was Sterling in the audio, because the audio is not great. So and I think Sterling thought that too, because he's like, well, I think I've commented on something maybe they've done. I don't really know them. They're like, you're not related to her, even though you have the same last name. And he's like, no, Sterling's a very common last name. And he goes, okay, well, I'm not going to continue this line of questioning then, because I don't like to say factual things. It's like, that's so incredible. And then you find out later, they don't even have the same last name. It's like such a train wreck.
Yeah, it's a mess.
And I think the capper on it, and this is what got the biggest laughs out of me, is when he actually goes and replays a Jimquisition episode.
Oh, yes! Fuck, I forgot! That's awesome! Because, and he's like, fast forward, he's, scanning through, seeking through the video to find this point, and in it, like, Sterling makes some metaphor, like, like my army of, like,
I'm breeding my army of rats or something, mutated children.
Yeah. And he like stops and he goes,
and it's clearly a joke.
I know.
Not serious.
He's talking about breeding like monsters in a laboratory, and the guy then, because what happened was Sterling mentions like he brought that up to like be a point toward the beginning of the podcast, and then when I heard that part, I'm like, oh, maybe the guy means metaphorically. But later on, the guy actually says like, and I played for you portions of your podcast where you like, that's my evidence, and it's like, wait, like you actually are contending that? I thought there was no way that's possible, you know? It was incredible.
It was incredible.
It was
just absolutely incredible.
Did you know, and I didn't realize this, there was a second guy in the room feeding the other guy? Yeah. Like his
you
brother?
can hear points where he's like pausing and he's like, what? And you could hear like very slight whispers of someone like feeding him like stuff. It's great. It's so great.
I gotta listen to it again. That was really...
Oh, wow.
It's awesome.
And then I love how Jim posted like a Game of Thrones like GIF to like summarize his reaction, and then Digital Homicide responds, still talking shit, and then favorites the tweet where he talks shit.
I know, you can't do that. You can't burn someone and be like, I did great.
Oh my god.
It's so cool, and like, and what I love about it too is like, you know what? Sterling had kind of left himself open for the burn, and the guy still kind of fucks it up. Like, hey, I guess you would have picked the castrated guy. Your words, man. Favorites that own thing. Like, man, you fucking stumbled on that too. I love it. Yeah, that was awesome.
It reminds me of another game it reminds me of another dev on Steam that kind of screwed it up. I forget what game it was, but basically they got really mad at the community saying their game was shit. And I think Jim Sterling had a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it basically decided, change the game title to "There's nothing to see here," and change the video to just a pile of poop with an arrow pointing at it, saying, "This is what the community is."
Wow.
I don't need this. I'm not a game dev anymore because of this. Screw you all. Go get a life, you children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's like,
he basically pulled a Phil Fish.
Right.
So, but
Phil Fish never pulled Fest from Steam.
oh, that is true. That is true. And I like Phil Fish too, but yeah.
Well,
just to bring up an example, but
thank you so much for bringing that up because
you were very welcome. And I mean, I love Jim, but he just has like such shitty luck with indie developers because this is like that and Cobra Studios for this game called Island Light, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like he got a copyright strike and it got taken down, and then some other game that was like insane.
There was some first-person shooter. Was that the Island Strike one, or?
Yeah, that was the Island Strike.
He did a first-person shooter, and the dev was like, "No, you got to redo the video because you missed out. There's a flashlight button, and there's another weapon you could pick up. There's a grenade launcher.
Yeah,
you have to use those because you're not giving the game a fair shot." And the first thing Jim Sturdy does is make another video. Does all three things the dev said. No, the game's still shit.
Well, you know, what do you call it? I gotta like let some more folks in, but like I just want to make this point too. My other favorite part of that interview too is at one point the dev on the digital homicide thing says even like, you know what? He goes, we have bad conversions. We have people who are buying the game because you reviewed it and stuff. Like he just admits it right there. But he calls them bad conversions, and he's because they just buy it to give the bad review. But it's like, dude, you just said right there, you got publicity out of this, and you made sales. It's like incredible.
It's incredible, and I mean, he just basically admits in the interview that his own games are shit.
Oh, he does absolutely. He's like, yeah, we're not great. He just,
yeah. It's I still don't know what the point of it was. I guess it was just to like. Basically just one big gotcha to Jim.
That's
but
what he wanted.
He
was like, I don't understand how it is that like if I'm asset flipping things, that how is that not just using assets like anybody else does? And then even after the explanation, it's like, but I still really want to win this 1 point, so I'm gonna see if I can kind of like mealy mouth around it till I get it just right. And then and they have things like no backsies and shit like that. It was awesome.
Yeah, and just to bring up one last point, I know we've been going long, but at one point Jim brings up the game that Six Night at Susie's, which is a horrible game where you beat up prostitutes and
I had not heard of that before this or anything, but
he did. But at one point, like Jim calls him out, and then he's like, "Oh, there was a dildo in one of your videos. So how you're such a hypocrite for complaining about my game where I beat women?" And Jim just laughed. He's like, "Are you seriously making this comparison right now?" I could talk about that interview for hours. That's my that's oh my god.
I will say
that was incredible.
The one problem is because I told my wife, like, again, who doesn't know like anything about like a lot of this stuff, like, oh, you gotta listen to this. That was the part where they started talking about beating up the prostitutes in the dildo. Because then my wife's like, wait, what does this have to do with anything? And I'm like, all right, I don't know, but just hear me out. That's the British guy's the reviewer, okay, and the other guy made the game, and then fortunately it got better. But that was a little tricky to jump in the middle of. But at any rate. Thanks, Thanks again. Thank you so much for bringing up that topic. I so wanted to talk about it, and I forgot. But
no problem. Thank you for taking my call. It was great talking to you guys about it.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Sean.
Have a good night, guys.
You too. Did I call you Sean?
Yes, you did.
Oh, have a good one, Rob. No, I was looking at my list while I was talking. I'm sorry. It got.
Oh, no problem. Don't worry about it.
I've been doing that. I'm not a good person.
No, you are a good person.
Oh, God.
Don't worry about it. Have a good one, guys.
Take it easy, dude.
Yep. Jim and his negative reviews.
What are you gonna do? What a guy.
Didn't he do? I think he did a negative review of Sonic Colors, and they decided to send him a life-size or like a huge giant yard banner of Sonic Colors.
That was and then hey, whatever.
It's like that's a funny thing. That's a funny reaction. Like,
oh my god, no, that was definitely a good reaction. All right, who do we got next after Rob? Tilda. What's it called? Yeah, Tilda to the call. Ugh, I cracked my neck. I did a lot of yard work today. My back is killing me. I am so fucking old.
Hey there, Beef.
What's up, Tilda? With an exclamation point, Tilda bang.
Oh, you actually pronounced it right. That's amazing. Nobody does that.
Really? They just say Tilda really excitedly?
They say tilde question mark.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's very clearly not a question mark, though.
It's really easy to fuck up. I don't understand it.
How about that? Well,
So, first of all, I just want to echo the sentiment that that Sterling digital homicide thing, that was a spectacle, man.
that seriously was. I was like, I gotta get into a fight with somebody now. That's just the only.
Oh my god, exactly. Like, I want to ride that thunder, but you can't. You can't
know.
replicate that shit.
You can't. You really can't.
Oh, by the way, sorry about your PS3, man.
Oh, that's fine. So yeah, for those who don't know, it's really literally it's not literally Sonic 06 that did it. It's just that's the game I was playing. No, so I've been reading though. Apparently, a lot of launch date PS3s, which mine was, are starting to have problems because there is some thermal paste on maybe the GPU.
I remember this, yeah.
And it dries out after some point. It's just kind of like a not a kill switch, but it's just something that's gonna go bad on your console.
Yeah, it's like if it happens in a computer.
Yeah. And
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say, I actually was not even aware of that about thermal paste being in the computer. I thought it was something maybe Sony did because they're wacky.
But I mean, I want to know, were you getting a lot of mileage out of it outside of Sonic 06?
I was streaming God Hand a lot and doing incredibly bad at God Hand.
Right.
I was doing a kick me sign run on hard mode, which, how do I describe that? If you've never played God Hand, just trust me that it's insanely hard and it's kind of it was like a silly thing of me to attempt. But I just wanted to beat the first boss of the game, and I got to stage 1-4 and 1-6 before hitting a major roadblock. So, and also I had Gradius V or Gradius 5.
Good choice.
You know? I love that game. That's it was one of my favorite shoot 'em ups. And
okay, as long as you got your $640 worth, or if you got it at launch anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you call it? But Rurs is actually selling me another PS3.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. I was wondering how you were circumventing that whole issue, other than not playing it, which would be insane.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
the run right now.
It's yeah, it's true. It's just that we've come so far at this point. You know what I mean?
I feel you absolutely. I had this dead sense of purpose when I was 2/3 of the way through that game.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I? If I've stared into the abyss,
Right.
why would I not let it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But there's this other thing I wanted to bring up. Because I've been doing this little video about Metroid and the evolution of the Samus Aran character, I wanted to see if I could do that with completely avoiding the topic of your favorite game, Metroid Other M.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing some digging on the internet for really old what people were saying about Metroid and the Samus character, even before Prime came out.
Would you believe, by the way, and I know what you're about to bring up and
sure.
stuff like that, that my baby monitor just lit up as you were talking about that? As soon as you started talking about Other M, and I'm like,
Of course.
I don't
So you
think
actually
it's
have a
that.
monitor for how often people say the word baby, and it was
Yes.
just going crazy.
It's my Other M alarm, actually.
I see.
But what do you call it? No, I think we're okay. But
it has the urgency of a baby crying, if I recall.
right.
No. But yeah, the unfortunate thing about what I was doing was that if you're looking for what 14-year-olds were saying in 1994, it's very difficult to find people who are the design of this game is just brilliant. It's like everything is played. Mostly what you were finding was, oh yeah, she's so hot, yeah. And the problem is, you would think that's just like 14-year-old bumfucks talking about Samus, but I found this interview with the Japanese developers for the Japanese Player's Guide, like, and they were serious. Like, in the first phase of development, we had her naked for one frame when she died, but we had to stop because that sort of thing is terrible in America. Parentheses laughs. And I'm like, you ever notice Japan has this weird thing with naked dead chicks? Like, I could
It ain't
start
just
like
Japan. It ain't just Japan.
yeah, okay, maybe in the homeland you get some of that, but it's just I can start like listing off works with naked dead chicks like Space Adventure Cobra and
Actually, it's true, but it's funnily enough. So we used to do videos with the guy Proteus, so I still talk to him every now and again. But
yes,
and he
Love
a
him.
long time ago he had a Let's Play thread, I think, of Super Metroid Redesign, where
yeah, good game.
he started reading. It was this guy Axial playing Super Metroid or Metroid fan fiction, where Samus and Ridley get together, except Samus is dead and Ridley's going with the body and stuff. And
I'm sorry, I don't comprehend what you just said at all.
you don't have, what? Don't even worry about it.
Okay, all right.
We were talking about Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. No,
Well, another thing I found out in my research is that there's like an entire genre of Metroid comics where Samus and Ridley are BFFs for some reason. But
what?
oh yeah, no, like cutesy little like the Ridley's protecting Sam. Look, guys, I'm as lost as you are.
Jeez.
But yeah, the interviews that you just find looking way back into the Metroid series are just great. Do you know who Jennifer Hale is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, she did voice work for Samus during the Primes and Smash Brothers. So basically, grunts. And there was this interview done with her by Nintendo Power, and you can tell that this was just job number 67 for her or something. So she just gave all these short stock answers like, what was it like being the first lady of video games? Awesome. Like, was there anything that really impressed you about the character that inspired you? Like, not really. Stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a very important series as far as video games that waste your time go.
Gotcha.
I've always had a lot of reverence for it. I was wondering if you have that kind of feeling of, because I know that playing Other M, you get this sense of like, wow, this is a kick in the balls to everybody.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
you have played a lot of those games.
Yeah, I have that. Like, and it's funny because I sort of know the pain now of like Sonic fans. More or less, because...
Oh, Star Wars fans is what I was thinking. I've always called it the Phantom Menace of video games.
Oh, I see, yeah. Other M, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I totally get that, right? And that's, like, the closest, yeah. It's, like, because it's so exciting to hear about a new Star Wars Episode 1. And what's funny is when the Phantom Menace came out, I was actually one of those people who wanted to like it so much that I thought I did.
Other M had the exact same reception as Phantom Menace in the beginning, in my opinion, where people were, you don't like, because it's such a big thing, because it has such a big name attached to it, you can't digest how shitty it is right away.
Right. And that's the thing, right? Because, like, and I mean, to be fair, and actually, like Other M, Phantom Menace had its moments, like, the lightsaber duels were cool and all that shit. And Other M, like, the Ridley fight was cool. As weird
the
as
way
the
game,
stuff around
it was Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're I'm not trying to interrupt you.
No, please.
I was just saying, yeah, it's very well produced.
Yes.
It's very AAA.
Yeah, definitely.
So you get that sense that it shouldn't be that bad.
Right, but wow,
artistically, yeah.
Artistically, but wow, it is. Awesome. Well, thanks for talking.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem at all. Thank you, Mr. Tilda. Who do we got next? Is Runch. Okay, Runch. Sorry, now I was talking to the next person on deck. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's good to hear.
I have mainly been playing Splatoon a lot lately.
I should really play that already. Not fucking around. I also have a copy of Smash Brothers and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker still in cellophane.
That's
Wow.
fucking amazing.
I know. I'm a weird guy. I'm not.
You're just like my Steam library. There's like 300 games and I've only touched like 20.
Yeah, I have 174 in my Steam library. So.
I have 2,470.
Oh my god.
I know I have an issue.
How many Humble Bundles did you buy?
Quite a lot.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
it's a lot.
awesome.
I wasn't even aware there was that many games on Steam.
Believe it or not, I buy a lot of bundles from other sites too. And there was a recent bundle on one site called Bundle Stars. It was the truckload bundle, and it had like a 18-wheeler game and a red car racing and a hunting game. I'm like, okay, yeah. And all of a sudden, it's like Rachel Finder MD, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then there was another game that was like a fashion show and called Runway, and I'm like,
Well, you
What?
have to buy that, yeah.
Oh,
it was like
definitely.
it was a $2.50. It was a $2.50 pack, and I'm like, I've never heard of these games before. This is perfect for just like I need something to play. Let's see how bad this can get.
I do have a lot of games like that, actually. I have a lot of really bad iOS games like that, but I'm sorry, Runch. What did you want to talk about, by the way? Do you have anything in particular you were going to bring up?
Not really, because I am a very simple person and I don't do too much.
Oh. Get the fuck off
So-
my call. No, I'm kidding.
Fine. I'll just hang up then.
All right, no, I got a good subject. Did you listen to Sterling on that podcast?
No, but I am going to fucking do it as soon as this stream is over.
Nice. Very nice. What do you call it? I'm going to do it again as soon as I'm done playing this terrible game and also streaming and such. But
Yeah, I'm
uh,
gonna.
Yeah, why are you still playing this game?
I don't know.
I mean,
anymore.
besides the achievements.
No, I have no other reason, honestly. At this point, I'm just like, why don't I just use that Steve Achievement Manager thing? Because I was against it in principle before, but 99 Levels to Hell is a uniquely terrible game. Oh no, it's not. It's not even uniquely terrible. It's actually fairly generically terrible.
It's just generic, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not like Sonic 06 or Ride to Hell Retribution, where it's like so terrible that it has something going for it when you play it. Whereas this,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like it's just bad.
It is just bad.
Yeah, there's no entertainment value to how horrible it is.
No.
And that's how I judge terrible games, by its entertainment value.
Right, because there are some games like Sonic 06 is kind of like the room of games where it's like you wouldn't want to like make it and have it on your resume, but it's like it's fun to watch how bad it gets. At least for me to like playing it, you know.
Yeah, it's like that with Afterfall too. I mean, Afterfall's not terrible, but it's still like at that level of bad. That's not great.
There's like a whole thing called nanar. It's like a French term, and I think there was a video on YouTube called Idea Factory from PBS that talks about it. And the idea is like, in order to be like really bad, you have to be like good enough, and there's like certain criteria. Like something like Sharknado, that doesn't really count because the people who made it kind of knew they were creating something bad on purpose, you know.
Yep.
And but then you have like something like The Room or Birdemic, and like it's not like completely incompetent where you say what are you even doing making fun of this, you know? But it's like just enough, just competent enough to be dangerous, I guess, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right.
It makes sense.
Well, that's it. Like,
A terrible thing made in earnest is always more entertainment than something terrible made on purpose.
yeah, absolutely. Because there's like it's kind of like when people make the bad Let's Plays on purpose to get like the whole like the retsupurae treatment and such, and it's just like, but what's the point then? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense then. The joke's over. It doesn't work. You fool. But what do you call it? No, and you know, honestly, I haven't seen like a really good bad movie in a while. I think Birdemic was the last one. You know, have you seen Birdemic?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Runch?
Oh, wait, is that Brimstone right there in the shop?
Oh, in the game I was in 99 Levels
Yeah.
to Hell? Yeah, that's the Brimstone icon they stole from Binding of Isaac. Or I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Maybe that is an icon that's like ubiquitous to something, you know. But it probably is. It probably was intended to have been stolen.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing I've been doing a lot lately. I've been playing Binding of Isaac.
I like that game.
It's a fun game.
I like it, but when I actually think about it, I don't know why, because everything I find about it, I find absolutely not fun about it.
That's, you know, and I was mentioning this on our last podcast too. I'm wondering of like how much of it really is just the sort of like RNG kind of slot machine factor that people enjoy. You know what I mean? Like you play to sort
Yeah.
of get the broken good item combination so you can finish the game. But when you don't get it, it's kind of a slog. And like the enemies are really annoying and you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Like basically one run you get like a brimstone and you're all set, and then another run you get the
soy milk or
or
something.
you get orbiting
Tiny
bullets,
Planet.
Tiny Planet,
Tiny
and
Planets.
Monsters Long, and then it's like, well, this run's over.
Yeah, and then you're like, I don't even feel like playing the remainder of this run anymore, so screw it.
and even with some bosses, like I get pin or something, and I'm like, this boss is terrible. Why can't I have? And then I think, wait, what boss do I like?
To be totally frank, I'm happy with Pin because it's not like the bloat, you know, or like
Yeah.
or Peep or anything like that. It's just absolutely awful. But yeah, it's
I don't even find Monstro fun.
no, Monstro's, yeah, I don't really like him.
Yeah.
I like him better than Monstro too.
Yeah.
know
Oh
what?
yeah.
It's more like I don't know that I like the bosses. It's just that I like them better than or I dislike them less than other bosses. You know?
Yeah, that's the whole thing I feel about Isaac is what part do I don't like least about my current situation?
Exactly.
I think that one thing where you unlock after beating it 6 times, that's a pretty apt description of the game. Everything is terrible.
Oh my god. What do you call it? Well, Rudge, thanks a lot for calling in.
No problem.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Have a good one. Let's see how we're doing on time. On time, we are technically over on time. So
Oh, wow.
we have one more person on deck, which is Hobo Man, who also told me he's technically 2 people.
Oh, this will be interesting then.
I think.
It's 99 levels to hell, devs.
Oh wait, I think I hit add to group call, but what is going on here? That's weird. I can't. Come on, Skype. What the heck? What the heck? Invite to group call.
What the heck?
What the heck? All right. I guess for some reason, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me try calling you right back, Digital.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty. Let me just call Homo and then. All right, that's working. And then.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hi. Good.
Good to hear. What's up?
Uh,
Never mind. All right. I guess I can't have a group call for some reason with. Hey, what's going on?
hi. Okay.
Sorry about that. I guess I don't know why, but like every time I try to have a group call with you, it just like hangs up. So
I am using like Skype 4 or something.
Skype 4? Aren't they?
Yeah.
What are they on even?
I think it's at least 6, maybe 7. I don't know. I said I got +1, and I'm gonna add her now.
All right.
All right.
Wait, you're allowed to. Wait, you can add people.
Yeah, I can add people. It's fine.
Oh,
Works
okay.
just fine.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Every version of Skype has its own little intricacies, I guess.
I guess so.
Well, I've just been, 4th of July, so I've just been kind of sitting here getting drunk.
Nice. Cool.
Yep.
What do you call it? I have seltzer here. And
Nice. Yeah.
yeah, totally. I'm wild. What do you call it? I got my family pretty drunk though. We were all playing like Cards Against Humanity and stuff.
Oh.
Which I know
Nice.
I know, but like my friends like it and all that. So
I don't know if that's a family game.
it's I mean like my older brother and sister, not like
Oh, okay,
mom
okay.
and grandma and shit. That would be a little weird, but it happens. Who else do we have on the call, by the way?
Demonicus.
Hi, how are you?
Well, how about you?
Pretty good. A little tired, but now I'm a little rejuvenated. The podcast has done it somehow.
Nice.
What did y'all wanna dish about?
I wanted to dish about this terrible script my friend had exclusive access to, but he's not online right now to give me excerpts to quote at you, but so I don't know.
Okay. You playing any games? Or
I just played New World Order because I definitely keep up with modern video gaming.
yeah, what is New World Order
Yep.
now?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was not expecting that to be what it was.
What is New World Order?
It's the new Wolfenstein game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's another
It's
one
not
on my
New
list.
World Order. It's just New Order. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I was like,
Good job.
Yep. Thanks.
I was like, isn't that a wrestling thing from like way
Yeah.
back when?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I also know all about New World Order. If you want me to give you the whole lore and their backstory and everything.
Wait, for reals?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. What?
Yeah. What? You didn't know I was into wrestling?
No, I was not aware of that.
Oh, well, there you go. Learn something new every day.
what is your relationship to each other?
Internet friends.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
well,
were like sitting on a call previous.
Yeah.
I say, and
Yeah.
I gotcha. So, and okay, so you're into wrestling, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of crossover lately, which I didn't realize between like gaming and wrestling, like fandom wise.
Yeah. I think it's just because they're both kind of like wrestling is not
Fake.
cool, to be honest.
I don't know if I believe that though, because like some people, I mean, some people are really into wrestling, like like people on like Facebook and you know what I mean, like because sometimes you get into gaming and it's like this is stuff I should probably hold off on talking to with my real life friends because they're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about,
Yeah. Well, no, it's exactly the same with wrestling. Cause
I see. Well, yeah,
with
if you're
all the
not in it.
wrestlers, there's like at least 5 years worth of backstory for all of their arcs and everything, and
Right.
and it can get into like insane detail with like you can write 20 pages on the rise and fall of a certain wrestler.
And I remember the point because I used to like wrestling when I was younger and stuff, and but the point when I couldn't love wrestling anymore was because I was when I was a kid I insisted it was real. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
My older brother's like, it's not real, knock it off. I'm like, no, it is. Hulk bled. I saw it, and but there is this one match where I don't even remember who was wrestling, but they got the guy outside the ring, and the heel, reached under the ring, took out an electric cattle prod, and started electrocuting the other wrestler. And just to top it off, they actually added sound effects that went like those like old ass 70s sound effects, and I was like, oh my god, he was right. This is totally fake. I can't believe it. And I never watched wrestling again. Well, no, I did watch wrestling again since then, but that was the moment where I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess.
Yeah, there's the moment where you can't take it seriously anymore, and that kind of ruins wrestling for you.
Mm-hmm.
It ruined wrestling for me, but then I talked to someone who still loved it anyways, And I just had so much fun talking about it and just laughing about how just like terrible all the backstories are. It's just, completely ridiculous things. Like the Undertaker is an undead voodoo magician.
What?
It's just so ridiculous that it starts being entertaining again in the same way that like bad movies are,
Right. And like fake or not, like the things they do with their bodies and stuff, you know what I mean? Like they're like it's incredible like work to be a wrestler, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Undertaker is great, and his manager Paul Bearer. I mean, this is going back. I don't know if there's a new Undertaker now or whatever, but like
I haven't actually been too much on the modern stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay, great, perfect then. Because I used to love Paul Bearer because he'd have that like voice, like the Undertaker is, and all that stuff. Going to bury you, Jim Sterling. I don't know, and I kind of forget who the Undertaker. Like, there was Kane too, right? Wasn't he like what was he?
They were supposed to be brothers.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I forget. My God, that's right.
And Kane never showed his face, but then he did, and then he was another dude.
Yeah. And then there was like Mankind, who like wasn't he in like the WWE basement or something? And like I mean I know it was Mick Foley in real life, but like I thought his backstory was like something weird, like
like a science experiment gone wrong.
Yeah, there was something like weird about it where it was like all like like what the hell is going on here? But
Frankenstein's monster kind of thing going on.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I can't remember too much.
Yeah. I know that John Cena is the big deal, more or less, nowadays. That's kind of it. Like, everyone talks about John Cena. But I'm not really even sure, like, why or anything. But.
No, I don't know too much about it. I just make John Cena jokes constantly. Have you seen that? There's a prank call series where there was some radio station got permission from some guy to prank call his wife. And they were prank calling, pretending to be someone trying to promo a John Cena wrestling match, and she hates wrestling. Apparently,
no, I haven't.
Oh, it's pretty funny. He keeps pretending to be different people calling, and then effortlessly segues into talking about John Cena, and he goes into an announcer voice every time he starts talking about John Cena, and then plays the John Cena intro music. I don't know if people are familiar with that, or if you are either.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, so I don't know how you'd search for it. I don't know.
I'll figure it out. I'm alright at Google. I'm a computer programmer, which means I'm good at Googling things to figure them out.
Oh yeah, I'm that too, technically.
Oh,
technically.
Technically.
Yeah, I got hired as a software engineer a couple months ago, and the project I got hired for got canceled between me getting hired and me finishing training.
Oh.
So I'm literally getting paid to just sit around and not do anything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Pretty good, I guess. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Well, what was I gonna say? Thank you very much for wanting to call in or being on the show, the podcast, the thing.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks, both of you. Alrighty.
See you around.
Have a good one. All right. Let me call Digital back, and I don't know what kind of computer tomfoolery that was that I couldn't keep him on there, but I hopefully held my own. Hey,
hello.
I don't know what happened there, but apparently there's what do you call it? There's some weirdness where I wasn't like able to bring you into that call.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. It's Skype. I never questioned Skype. It just does its own thing.
Right, yeah. Skype. What a jerk. What was I gonna say? So I think that was a solid hour. That's my community service, I guess, for the day. No, I'm kidding. But what do you call it? I don't know. Is there anything you want to end on or anything like that?
I just found out a game got greenlit on Steam called Stick Shift, which is an autoerotic night driving game about pleasuring your gay car. So congrats, Steam, for allowing that on there.
All right, Stick Shift. What?
Yeah.
So you get to fuck the car?
You stroke the stick shift, and yeah, That's apparently it. Steam greenlight. Valve's making money.
How much is Stick Shift?
I don't know. It's not on Steam. It just got greenlit
Oh,
today.
it just got green. I'm thinking early access, right? Wow, damn.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Oh my God. Hooray, America.
But no, if I'm gonna plug anything, started an Afterfall LP, which, you know, if you're watching the Retsupurae, I guess you can watch that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 2 parts so far, and I don't know how fast I'll work on it, and I don't have a thread on SA because I don't have an account there yet, so
Gotcha.
I might make one just for that, but
All right.
we'll see. And that's about it. It's youtube.com/user/CPUBasic13. That's about it.
Gotcha. All right, CPU Basic 13. Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, pal. Thanks for co-piloting with me on this one.
No problem. Hope everything was fine.
It was all right. We'll talk about it later. No, I'm kidding. No, it was great. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right.
And if you ever need any more games you want all achievements for, I got a few games you can always ask me for. So
Awesome. All right. Take it easy.
yep, see ya.
Later. All right. Well, that was fun, and I hope you all learned something because I sure as hell didn't. No,